my vatos and carnales. Maybe this will help you understand and also go back into your inner child's akash and do some healing work. So here are some of the ways that my karmic or 3D mother attempted to sabotage me off my path. Because being a side chick who chose to share her partner with half of her partner, because he's still married, who chose to share my father basically with her sisters, her 2 younger sisters, for 20 years. And he was also abusive, and she wore the pants. He didn't support us. She had to make means, and luckily she had us, or unluckily for us, because she turned us into workhorses. But one could imagine that, plus, apartheid as a colored person growing up in their times, it can have a very brain damaging effect, and because of the brain damaging effect, she didn't want to see her children thrive in any of the areas that she felt like she failed. And she still, with all of her mistakes and refusing to acknowledge them, she wanted to be the best woman walking, even better than her daughters. I personally feel the next generation is supposed to surpass us. So my daughter needs to be more of a woman than me, and my granddaughter needs to be more of a woman than me and her. You understand? Because we are evolution. Why would the future be a threat? Then it shows that narcissism has damaged the brain, because now the narcissist has lost all sense of evolution. The narcissist is only interested in feeding their ego. So whether their ego is damaged or not, doesn't matter. That's why some narcissistic personalities can go through life without hurting too many people, because their childhood sheltered them enough that them feeding their ego, the ego is at least healthy. So they're feeding a healthy ego. Now, if you grew up in heavy trauma, middle of apartheid, stuff like that, your ego is kind of traumatized, like beyond. And if you're not going to heal it, you're going to want to project it on other people, and you're going to want to shift your shame onto someone else. So from the youngest age, I don't know if I mentioned it here, I'll check, but from the youngest age, she was calling us skanks, female dogs, all of those kind of words, basically what she thought of herself, because she was a side chick, and she's sharing her children's father with her 2 younger sisters, and they're all making babies. I'm one of 12 children, eh? One of 12. Okay, so the first one is I'm getting this message out. The first one is that she threw away my music book. The second one is she read my diary. So she tampered with my root chakra at a very young age, and I could have had some serious trust issues now, But that's probably why I still am yet to get to the point where I fill out a diary every night. The trauma still there in my nervous system, still working through it. We also weren't given privacy. There was no closing the bathroom door, because she didn't trust us. She saw us as these volatile, disgusting creatures. And as an adult, I was like, it just shows what she thought of herself, that she would think that of her innocent children. Because my children are a reflection of me, whether I like it or not. Somewhere, somehow, they are reflecting me. And so if I'm going to be disgusted by them or competing with them, what hope is there for me and my sanity? The next one, she stopped me from joining any athletics. This is probably because her athletic career got snuffed. I don't know if it was because she met my dad, because I know she met my dad when she was a teenager. So I don't know if their relationship snuffed her athletic career or something else. But according to the story she's told us, her athletic career was snuffed, and she was a pretty excellent athlete, according to her. She forced me to wear small shoes that caused such damage on my feet that I even had to go for surgery, and my right foot is smaller than my left foot. And usually your left foot is supposed to be I don't know, in most cases, the left side is more petite. My right foot. Today I was looking in the bathroom, I was like, nigga, you are shorter. Anyway, the next one was toxic sheltering. So we weren't allowed to play outside, we weren't allowed to have friends, go visit friends, blah blah blah. If we wanted to visit friends, in high school, when you're teenage years and you start getting clever, if we wanted to visit our friends' houses, we would have to make up lies like we're going to the library or we have a school project. That was the only way she let us out, and we didn't have a curfew. Because we weren't allowed out. So on those days, we just had to make sure that we are in this house before 5 o'clock, or else we're going to be called all sorts of skanks, sluts. You have the 7-day itch. You walk in the streets. Okay, the next one. We were not allowed to have any extracurricular activities at all. We didn't even consider coming to ask her because we knew it would be shut down immediately and we might get a clap on top of the verbal abuse. Okay? So there was one person that had a poisonous, the things that came out of there. She overworked us, and this obviously reduced self-exploration and creativity time. But a good thing about the struggle was that we didn't have a TV. So that little free time we had, we were either reading or drawing. And then me, I was always joking, I'm a poet, I know it, and I ain't afraid to show it. And I didn't take it seriously. Do you know when my poetry developed? Near the end of my toxic relationship with baby daddy number 3. Because I remember in that relationship, I would like joke and say stuff like, hey, I wrote a song for you. And then I'll like say some rhyme, like some silly rhyme, or it would be a song that already exists. So that was already when my musical gifts started reawakening. Okay, just had to let Millie in. So I was saying, yeah, we didn't really have time to explore ourselves because we were so overworked. We were like soldiers. She told us straight, children were born to yelp. Not have fun, not get to know who I am. So when she sent us out, I can tell you with zero shame, me and all of my siblings had a horrible time when it came to relationships because we was looking for mommy and daddy and we didn't know. It took me 3 baby daddies to say, you know what, F this. I'd rather be celibate and save myself for marriage than to keep on bumping my head with fools, because hell knows that I ain't settling for no hobos. The hell, I have 4 children, why would I settle for a hobo? So it's either I'm going to be single or it's going to be an alpha male. It is what it is. Baby daddy number 3 keep on asking me to marry him, but he can't even think for himself to buy extra blankets. You know, he can't even think for himself to fix this door. Like, this door still looks fine. I mean, you can see the gap there on top. So just imagine what happened with this cold front. Guys, that's why I respect and love myself so much, because what I put up with and what I'm able to handle without lashing out and hurting innocent people and compromising my integrity. I respect me. I worship me. Because I've seen other people give up their integrity, sell their buttocks. Hey, those watch this movie, Buttock, the Miraculous. Anyway, do strange things for little change. And I've been here surviving on social grant, very far and few between customers, and the mercy of a baby daddy. The most consistent baby daddy has been one of them, and yeah, the other 2 baby daddies have been, yeah. It's like I honestly feel like they cursed because they haven't been taking care of their children, because like it's been years now. I don't even ask them for stuff. Last month, my son SMS'd his dad because his bag broke and his pants got small all at once and his shoes got small all at once. And he messages his dad, and yeah, crickets. Until today, crickets, you know. And it's not going to help me hating these beings, you know, or stressing myself going to court when the system is rigged in the deadbeat dad's favor. No. For me to go to maintenance court, we're going to have to change the law and also create a Single Mothers Act. Because what the hell? How do you make a doormat of the source of life? Do you see how everybody has been antichrist? As long as you don't have reverence for woman, for female, you are against God. Because God is a woman. Okay. The next one. Are you okay? Okay. So after the overworking, the next one is she would insult us and put us down. Like, and it wasn't just me. I can say for a fact, what makes me a black sheep in my family is that I fought for my, like, I fought to maintain my innocence and my true nature, you know. So the creative teenager child I kept it. Even in the times when I was in the rat race and stuff, I still found a way to hold on to my creativity. I remember I was working at Cow Train and I was selling cupcakes on the side. And that was my way. And they didn't look like anything. You know, I always say those customers that supported my Sunshine and Giggles cake business. Because when I look at how professionals do it and what I was selling, it tasted amazing, but the decorations were something else. And I had business, I had business. Anyway, but what makes me a black sheep in my family is not that I was picked on by my parent, like I was the only one picked on. She abused all of us. She abused all of us. Nobody got a break. What made me different was I chose to rise above that. I chose to hold on, you know. I chose to make sure that this is a sabotage attempt and not a true sabotage. She was then. Okay, my battery. Yeah, she used to put us down, insult us. I mean, I was 10 years old the one time. She was kicking me in my stomach, calling me a bee. Just for something simple there in the house. I mean, we weren't allowed outside. We didn't have TVs. So what bad could a child do in the house that would give you the right to kick her in the stomach and call her a bee? Okay? She gave us zero affection. So there was no hugs. No hugs, Bafwetu. None whatsoever. I can maybe count 3 or 4 in my life. And it was always awkward. We didn't get hugs. Yeah, that's just what it was. She gossiped and badmouthed everyone. Everyone. There's not a single person in my life that I can point to and say, you know what, that woman, my mother, or that man, my mother had something good to say about them. She badmouthed. She had something bad to say about everyone. You come and you all excited about your new teacher, you love her so much, say a few things about her, my mother will find a way to destroy that person's character. Oh, they was probably doing this and this. Oh no, my teachers did it. Like to downplay the admiration that we have for this person. She didn't want us to admire anyone, and she fear-mongered us into admiring her or having Stockholm syndrome for her, and so that we could be like her bulldogs. I remember when she got older and she no longer had energy. No, when we got older, frequently she would threaten other people with us. Like, yeah, you'll see, I'll get my daughter for you. I'm at work, minding my business. I don't know that somebody's threatening my freedom here. Well, because if I go and beat up that girl, that's some jail behavior. So this woman actually don't love her children because she's busy threatening other people violently with her children. Yeah, you'll see, I'll get my daughter to come do this. Yeah, you'll see when so-and-so, when my son, I won't say my siblings' names, when so-and-so comes, then you're going to see her. And it's like, why? We weren't involved. Why are you getting us involved? You all were fighting. Do you understand? 2 neighbors are fighting. Why are you getting your daughter involved? Anyway, another one that she did was she sabotaged our opportunities, you know. I can speak for myself. It was everything. I remember when with modeling, I don't know what you call those contracts where you don't have to go for a casting. They just go to the agency, they look at your profile, and then they look at whoever's on the castings log or payroll or whatever. Guys, I don't know modeling jargon. It's been years. But anyway, the job where you don't have to go for a casting. They just want you to come and do the shoot and you're going to get paid, blah, blah, blah. I would get those and she would find ways to sabotage. She wouldn't want to look after my daughter. And then I remember this one day I was like, you know what, just leave it. And I took my daughter and she's like, yeah, now why don't you leave her? You just now were busy swearing, trying to ruin my mood. How must someone go take modeling shoot after they were just sworn and shouted at for no reason by their own mother? I got a food truck. She wouldn't let me park my food truck in the field across from our house. This is municipal property. You understand? It's municipal land. I don't even know why I didn't stand up for myself, but I guess it's all so that it can form part of who I am now, you know. She wouldn't let me. The way I had people rob me with that food truck. My own friend who was supposed to be my business partner stole it from me. The next business partner, my laptop went missing, like, except for money going missing, my laptop went missing, stuff like that. There I got involved. Like, I jumped like this from man to man, looking for a protector. And let me tell you, baby daddy number 3 doesn't know what amazing thing he did that day when he found out he got a job with SCPS, and then he came and told me he is leaving so that he can go work on himself. And then he made as if he got the job with SCPS after leaving me, because he still said to me the one night, you see, now that we're separated, now things are working out for me. And I looked at this guy like, I've been looking after you for 4 years. I didn't say nothing to him because by then my eyes were already open. Like, this idiot, I've been looking after him for 4 years, and you want to turn his bad luck on me and make as if I'm the one making him bad luck. Do you forget I know who I am? I've seen what happens to people that treat me well, and I've seen what happens to people that don't treat me well. So I know I have some magic juju in me that the universe is very protective of, because I've seen what happens to people and what is happening to people who do not treat me well. So anyway, he tried to turn on me, but anyway, that nigger leaving me at 8 months pregnant, claiming to need to work on himself, opened my eyes. Because then I realized, no man, I've been a man in all of my relationships. I was the man. It's either we're both working or I am the sole provider. And even in the one relationship we were both working, I was earning half his salary and contributing equal to the household. We both paying 4,000 rand on the bond. So I was being a man all the time. Then I was like, fuck, then I must be a man to myself until a real man has the guts to step up. Do you understand? Seeing that I'm not getting old and I've got all of these ideas and all of this energy, I'm no rush. I respect the fellas too much to keep wasting my time with broken boys. That's a spiritual crime to keep on getting involved with a boy that's stuck in a man's body. Yo, my heart, you know these children. Let me go see what my children are up to. But the last one, oh my word, what is going on in this place? Aston, look what's happening on the floor. My feet are wet. Look what they're doing. Just, guys, let me just tell you the last one. She would shut down all our achievements. Everything. She would minimize every achievement. Okay? So, I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form. And I made this book myself. Yeah. As moms, we have a very, very important role. Okay? Motherhood is ascension. Motherhood is another word for Brahma. That's why it has been sabotaged and attacked by the matrix so severely. Okay? Sales campaigns, billions of dollars have been spent on it. So as mothers, it's very important for us to stand together, to take this seriously, because we mold the future. How we treat our children molds the future, because they're either going to become alchemists or they're going to become predators. So, until next time, don't forget to shine.